Okay, welcome back. So this is the final variation on the one pot wonder that I am going to do for you guys. This is what I call a double-sided. So instead of pouring from just one side, I'm pouring from two. It creates similar effects, but I have every time I've done it, my batter has been at a different consistency, which has made it interesting because my results have never been the same. Like from one bar to the next, I have not had a batch turn out the same. And I think part of that, like I said, is because of my consistency. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour soap from both sides. The goal is to pour equal amounts. You can rotate colors. Today I am going to, normally I do this pouring from the side, never from the front. So this is going to be an interesting experiment for myself. But I think I'm going to not pour opposite colors and just keep it simple. So I'm going to pour from the front and from the back. And I've never, like I said, I've never done this variation from the, I've only ever done it from the side. So this is going to be new for you and for me. We'll see what we get. But you can see I didn't break through, so there's still that white in the middle. But what this will do is the white won't be the last color poured. It should be the middle color if this pours correctly. So we'll see. Whoa! Ugh. Yeah, that was a fail. I just totally missed the pot. So again, I divided this into 4 equal parts. So I am simply, and it's a 2.5 pound batch, so it's 40 ounces total. So I have 10 ounces of each color, and I'm pouring basically 5 ounces on one side and 5 ounces on the other side when I pour this. So it's a completely equal split. Okay, look at that. Looks pretty, doesn't it? Now we're going to see how this pours. I am very curious. My batter is much more fluid from yesterday's attempt. This is, I'm getting much more stripy patterns than I normally get by doing this method, the front and side pour. Okay, so like I have done the last few batches, I'm gonna add some embellishments on the top, but yeah, there's the first one. So now I'm gonna make another batch, and this time instead of pouring from the front and the back, I'm gonna pour from the sides, doing the same thing. So I'll be back. I need to just go prep that batch. Okay, so we are cutting the double-sided front pour. So this is the one where we pour it in the front and the back. Let's see what we get. Definitely more mixed than compared to just the single-sided pour. So for comparison, this is pouring it just from the front, and this is pouring it from the side, the front and the back with the double pour. Much more feathery interaction. Got a little bit of white down here, not a whole lot, but definitely more color interaction going on. So I've never done the double-sided pouring from the front and back. I've only done it from the side, so I wasn't sure what to expect. It's actually kind of similar in many ways to the side pour. So I'm interested to see what this side pour turned out, because as I mentioned earlier, I've never had two come out the same. So it's been interesting. Okay, so again, I prepped the exact same colors, exact same scent. I've measured out and mixed the colors in with the oils, and now I'm just mixing the fragrances. This time I am going to be pouring from the sides. Again, I've divided, my batch weight is 40 ounces. I've divided each section into 10 ounces, and I am going to pour gently down the side. Again, I want it to push away the white, not really break through it. And I want to keep white in between the greens. So the previous one I poured from the two fronts. This time I'm pouring from the two sides. I'm keeping the same, again, pattern, color pattern. I could pour light green, dark green, aqua on this side, and then maybe aqua, dark green, light green on this side if I really wanted to play with the variations. And you can see that my white is definitely, or the green again is setting up on me, and so I need to be a little quicker. But again, you can play with any color variation with pouring it that you want. You don't have to do, you know, same color, same side. That's what I've done so far. I haven't experimented with alternating colors. Probably will at some point, I just haven't yet. Partly because every time I do this, I get a different result, because my soap batter never seems to be the same consistency from one batch to another. Part of that is fragrance option. You know, they can accelerate sometimes like this. The white and green tend to... So okay, now I'm gonna pour the same way, hold it at an angle and back and forth. And we'll see what I get. I love the look of this going into the mold. Like I said, the side one just, man, those swirls, look at that mixture. It's just so pretty. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so stripy. I can't wait to cut this one. I want to cut the first batch too, but this one I think is going to be really stripy. Yeah, so there you have it. Come back tomorrow and we will cut the soap and see what we have. Okay, so look at the line variation on this loaf. So that is definitely, this was the front of the pour, this was the back. You definitely have some cool lines. So I'm really excited to see how this one cuts. So this is where we poured from the sides, the two sides. That is a lot more crisscross going on. Like we got more white down here, which we didn't. You can see white all the way throughout. This is just the one side, this is the double side. So similar, but definitely more color crossing here. Look at those super fine lines. Again, this is the double-sided, this is the single-sided. So you can see they're similar, but it just kind of gives you a different swirl pattern. Now that one's interesting. That is much thicker. But look, you've got little aqua pulling in all the way up here, up here. Oh, and this side's gone back to being thin. It's just cool. As I said, no two bars are the same. So there you have it. The one pot wonder. There's so many different variations you can experiment with. I hope you give it a try and let me know how your results turn out.